Hello again, everyone. This is Dan Romance with Tax Saving Professionals coming to you from Vero Beach, Florida. I want to welcome Dr. Sonny Sekhon from the great state of New Jersey. Dr. Sekhon, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's great to have you, Doctor. And let our viewers know exactly where in New Jersey are your practices.
We are on the Jersey side, right outside of Philadelphia, actually, across the river. So we've got practices in Mount Laurel and Voorhees.
Very good. And how long have you had those locations up and running?
Voorhees, we opened in 2014, and Mount Laurel since 2018.
Terrific. And I'm sure you've got a great team there. How many associate docs do you have working with you?
We have the best team in the state, for sure. We've got,
Nice.
aside from myself, 10 other associate doctors working with us.
Very good. So you're bringing in a lot of patients through the doors every day.
We try to keep everything in-house. So we've got different specialties: endodontists, oral surgeons, orthodontists, along with general dentists. Even though the base of our practice is pediatric dentistry, we treat the whole family, and the goal is to just be a dental home for everyone.
Very good. And since the shutdown and since you guys came back open last probably June or so, are you guys back in full stride? Are you back to where you were prior to the shutdown?
Yeah, we're there. This winter's been a unique one, more snow than we've seen in probably the past decade. So that's been our only thing slowing us down. But in terms of patient flow, I feel like there was a lot of pent up demand. So
Hmm.
that when we first reopened, it was honestly tough to keep up with all the flow. But yeah, we're right back where we want to be now.
Good for you. Good for you. Let's think back to prior to you working with tax saving professionals. What was going on with your tax situation? What were some of your pain points that were happening that caused you to seek our services?
So as we mentioned, being in the state of New Jersey, one of the highest tax states, it's always been a struggle to find ways to kind of keep money in your own pocket. So
Mhm.
as much as I could read, do research on my own, we tried to implement what we could. But it got to a point where, at a certain income level, we needed some more advanced strategies, and you came as a recommendation to us. So once we heard about you guys, I wasted no time giving you a call.
And tell our viewers how you did get introduced to us. How did you first hear of tax saving professionals?
So there's a couple of, honestly, Facebook groups that are started by dentists, and it was just a conversation that had sprung up. We were all discussing different tax saving strategies, and one of our colleagues had mentioned you. So I just messaged him on the side. He gave me your personal contact information, and I guess the rest is history.
I remember, and I was quite pleased that that's how you came to us. Um, Tell me about the team that you work with here at the firm, their accessibility and what they provide for you.
Oh, they're awesome. Let me just start by saying, ever since we aligned ourselves with your firm, it was the best move we could have made, because even though we had tried to implement as much as we could with our in-house accountants, the TSP group just brought a whole different dimension to different tax saving strategies that, quite honestly, our accountants probably didn't have time to do, even though they were familiar with some of the things that
Mhm.
we have implemented. There's a lot of background and legwork that TSP provides that our firm couldn't. So having you guys on board with us, it really took us up a notch. So the team, Cami and Frank and everyone else that we deal with, they're wonderful. They're very responsive. Any email that I send or call that I make is responded to immediately. So we've had absolutely no issues with our interaction with your firm.
Tell me a little bit about the black leather portfolio that you receive with your treatment plan.
Oh, the Magic Portfolio. Yeah, that thing is like our little Bible. So this contains really all of the information necessary for us to implement those tax saving strategies. So, for example, prior to aligning ourselves with you guys, we all knew that one of the things that we can do as business owners is put our kids on payroll. Um, to be honest with you, we did that for, I think, a year or two prior to joining you guys, but it was just a matter of putting kids on payroll with no documentation or description of what they did. So we were kind of in that gray area where, God forbid we got subject to an audit. It was going to be tough to justify, some of the income that we were paying our children or whatnot. But what TSP did was did all that background work. So, if we were approached by the IRS, and there was a document that we had to sign. Basically, TSP crossed all of our T's and dotted all of our I's. So they made sure that we were buttoned up tight. So in that portfolio, we had contracts for the kids and a justification for their pay with comparable, modeling agencies. And that was in and of itself extremely helpful, because as a busy professional, there was really no time for me to put that together. And you guys took care of that whole bit. Another big strategy, if you want to get into it now, another strategy that we implemented was the home office and conducting meetings outside of our home. And again, TSP came with contracts and a pay schedule and minutes to our meetings. So everything in that portfolio is extremely valuable and extremely helpful, not only in helping us organize and understand the different strategies we've employed, but also giving us that security that all of these deductions that we're taking are justified.
It really becomes part of your business plan.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It shifts away so much, not only if you look at it from a tax saving perspective, but then payroll as well. There's a lot of moving parts that when you do something like that, it kind of benefits you on a number of levels.
Very good. And what would you say, doctor, to an aspiring young dentist who's on their way to a very successful career regarding taxes and a suggestion to reach out and contact us here at TSP, contact myself, and do it much sooner rather than later?
Yeah, you said it, sooner rather than later. That's the key. You don't want to wait until you're rolling before you start considering how you want to save on taxes. That should be on day one. A lot of conversations with young doctors is that they don't feel that they're at the financial level to align themselves with accountants or other financial planners, and that's simply not true. Because having guys like yourself with so much experience, you offer that guiding hand, and that's so helpful at every stage of somebody's career from day one. So yeah, my advice to any young doctor would be start your tax saving planning immediately, and you guys are a big part of that, because you guys offer a lot of services that our accountants cannot handle and cannot manage.
Well, doctor, thanks so much for the kind words. Folks listening to our program here, dentists around the country, can contact me. My personal information is on the side there. That's my personal cell phone number. Give me a call. We can have a private conversation to determine if the folks here at Tax Saving Professionals can really help to keep a lot more of your money in your pocket. So thank you, Dr. Sekhon in New Jersey. Enjoy the nice weather that you're having. And it's good to see you, Sonny, and we hope to see you soon.
You too, Dan. All the best to you. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye now.